Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Spoilers, the real reason bitter Lulu ruined Gio's happy life. General Hospital spoilers reveal that in the wake of all heck breaking loose about Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, loose lips, Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens keeps insisting that she blew the secret wide open for Dante Falconeri's Dominic Zamprogna sake. Well, she can get down from the cross now, because wise minds realize that's a crock and she was motivated by something else. Here's what to know about the real reason Lulu acted so destructively. Gio has a new life. Lulu was on a mission to blow her enemy Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Setton, out of the water. She had the perfect ammunition, knowledge of a secret baby she gave away. While she claims that her efforts to get to the truth had to do with Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, knowing his family, we have a feeling it was more about Lulu's own past full of upheaval. Lulu's brackish childhood. First of all, Lulu's mom, Laura Spencer, Jeannie Francis, had a breakdown and her dad, Luke Spencer, Tony Geary, was not around. Laura was committed, leaving Lulu to be raised by her grandma, Leslie Weber, Denise Richardson. Luke acted happy about Lulu's birth, but over time admitted that he was not thrilled with the responsibilities of parenthood. Thus, Luke and Laura were absent from much of Lulu's early life, including the time she had an abortion. On a side note, Helena Cassadine, Constance Towers, stole one of Lulu's eggs and made Charlotte Cassadine, Scarlett Fernandez for Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, and Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, stole Lulu and Dante Falconeri's Dominic Zamprogna embryo, made Rocco Falconeri Finn Carr, and pretended it was her son. Lulu lost her kids. Long story short, Lulu's two kids were toyed with as pawns, meaning that she missed out on years of their lives. Who wouldn't be bitter about that? On top of all that, she just got out of a 4-year coma. Lulu was shaped by her warped childhood and early adulthood. What are the chances that she acted against BLQ, Dante, and Gio because she was jealous of the happy family they represented, the kind of happy family that she never had? Even after lives were ruined by her interference, Lulu stuck to her saintly story about wanting what was best for everyone. In fact, Lulu may have been acting out of deep-seated anger about her own origin story. What do you think, GH fans? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with General Hospital right now. Come back here often for GH spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. GH spoilers, the real reason bitter Lulu ruined Gio's happy life. Well, Charles is no stranger to scandal, but even longtime residents are left stunned by the latest emotional earthquake rocking the town. It was supposed to be a fresh chapter for Giovanni Gio Cerullo, the charming son of Brooke Lynn and the late Dante Falconeri, in a speculative GH future arc. A young man finding his place in a world defined by family legacy, romance, and ambition. But instead of stepping into the spotlight, Gio finds himself betrayed, broken, and blindsided by the very person he trusted most, Lulu Spencer. In a move that has fans buzzing, screaming, and throwing their popcorn at the screen, Lulu makes a shocking return and immediately destroys everything Gio has built. But was it jealousy, bitterness, or something even darker? Let's unravel the tangled web behind one of GH's most jaw-dropping betrayals yet. First, a little backstory. Who is Gio Cerullo? For fans who need a refresher or newer viewers just tuning in, Giovanni Gio Cerullo is a rising star in Port Charles. Born from the fiery love between Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Dante Falconeri, Gio was raised with music in his soul and fire in his blood. Though Dante's tragic death left a wound that never fully healed, Gio grew up in the embrace of the Quartermains and the Falconeri Corinthos orbit. A natural musician like his mom and a protector like his dad, Gio straddles two worlds, arts and justice, loyalty and ambition. He recently signed with Deception Entertainment's new music division, becoming a sensation nearly overnight. Add in a promising romance with Trina Robinson, and Gio was poised to be one of the town's most beloved young power players. That is, until Lulu woke up. Lulu awakens. and the storm begins. After years in a coma following her traumatic brain injury, Lulu Spencer finally awakens at a Swiss rehab center. The moment, long awaited by her family, is equal parts joyous and heartbreaking. Her son, Rocco, now a young adult, rushes to her side. So do Laura, Kevin, and even Maxie. Everyone expects Lulu to return home and slowly reintegrate into life. But no one predicts just how resentful and changed Lulu has become. Behind her tearful eyes and shaky voice lies a simmering storm. In her mind, she's missed everything. Her kids growing up, her friends moving on, and the man she loved, Dante, dying before she could say goodbye. But what fuels her most isn't the grief. It's the discovery that Brooke Lynn, her former frenemy, had a child with Dante and never told her. Enter Gio. The confrontation no one saw coming. Spoilers tease that Lulu's return to Port Charles starts off civil, but quickly turns into a slow burn disaster. At first, Lulu reconnects with Rocco and tries to absorb all the changes in her life. But things take a sharp turn when she meets Gio, the living embodiment of everything she missed. Gio, excited to meet the woman he's heard so much about, reaches out to her with warmth. Lulu's response? Ice cold. You're not supposed to exist, she whispers in a chilling moment, leaving Gio stunned. In the following episodes, Lulu begins a quiet but devastating campaign to erase Gio's place in the Falconeri family. She challenges his legal claim to Dante's inheritance, insists that Brooke Lynn manipulated Dante during Lulu's coma, and even attempts to block Gio's record deal, calling his music manufactured pain, profiting off a dead man's name. Brooke Lynn fights back, but Lulu's influence, especially among old allies like Tracy and Kevin, starts to shift public opinion. Suddenly, Gio isn't the darling of Port Charles anymore. He's a controversy. Why, Lulu? What's the real motive? On the surface, it's easy to pin Lulu's actions on grief, trauma, or even a brain injury-induced personality change, but spoilers suggest there's more to her motives than meets the eye. According to insider leaks from the GH set, Lulu's hostility toward Gio isn't just about his existence, it's about her own guilt. During Dante and Brooke Lynn's brief reconnection years ago, Lulu had already emotionally detached from Dante. While he mourned their fractured marriage, she was considering leaving Port Charles to find herself in Paris, something Dante never knew. When she wakes and learns he's gone, and that he found solace and love in someone else, Lulu spirals. The image of her being Dante's true soulmate is shattered. And worse, that child, the one Dante had with Brooke Lynn, has become everything she wanted for herself. A legacy. A living piece of Dante. Rather than face that truth, Lulu lashes out. And Gio becomes the collateral damage. Gio's spiral, losing everything one piece at a time. As Lulu's campaign against him intensifies, Gio starts to unravel. First, his label quietly suspends the release of his debut album, citing image concerns. Then his romance with Trina, once solid, hits rocky ground. Lulu's insinuations about Gio's temper and instability raise doubts. In a scene set to air next Thursday, Gio confronts Lulu at the Metro Court rooftop bar. You had years to be his wife, his partner, his everything. I didn't steal anything from you. I was the result of the love he had left. And now you want to burn me down for it? Lulu's response is cold and devastating. You're a scar. I see you, and I remember everything I lost. The scene ends with Gio smashing a glass in rage, fueling Lulu's narrative that he's unbalanced and not ready for the spotlight. Unexpected allies in a family fracture. Brooke Lynn, torn between grief for Dante and fury at Lulu, steps into full mama bear mode. She hires Diane Miller to protect Gio's legal rights and wages a PR war on Lulu's whisper campaign. But Lulu's influence is strong, especially with Laura, who finds herself caught between her daughter and her grandson. Spoilers reveal that Laura and Brooke Lynn's friendship fractures, with a particularly painful moment where Laura says, Maybe Gio shouldn't be in the spotlight. Maybe what Lulu needs is healing, not reminders. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos, longtime friend of Dante and protective of his legacy, steps up for Gio in a shocking twist. In a tense meeting at Pozzulo's, Sonny offers Gio a chance to rebuild his life on his terms, including financial backing and discreet protection. You're Dante's son, that means you've got a whole army behind you. You just say the word. Is Lulu heading for a breakdown or a redemption arc? All signs point to Lulu nearing a mental and emotional breaking point. While her actions are rooted in pain, her vendetta against Gio is isolating her. Even Maxie begins to question Lulu's motives, telling her, if you hate Brooklyn, fine, but don't punish a kid for being born. Spoilers tease an explosive scene where Lulu finally breaks down at Dante's grave, confessing, I was supposed to be the mother of his legacy. Now I'm just the ghost watching from the sidelines. This raw admission could be the turning point or the beginning of a total psychological unraveling. A new chapter for Gio, redemption, revenge, or reinvention. As G heads into its summer sweeps, Gio's storyline is poised for a dramatic pivot. Spoiler photos show him recording music again, this time underground, possibly outside of Deception's label. He's also seen sharing intimate scenes with Jocelyn, igniting speculation that he may be finding a new muse and maybe a new romance. Meanwhile, Trina watches from afar, struggling with her loyalty to Lulu's pain and her love for Gio. Will she come back into his life, or will the damage be too deep? And what about Lulu? Will she come to terms with the pain she's inflicted or spiral into becoming GH's next tragic villain? Final word. In Port Charles, the past never stays buried. Lulu's return was supposed to be a miracle, but instead it's become a reckoning. Her crusade against Gio has shaken the foundation of multiple families, rekindled old feuds, and forced everyone, from Laura to Sonny to Trina, to choose sides. But as Gio begins to rebuild from the ashes, one thing is clear. He's not just Dante's son. He's his own man, and he's not going down without a fight. So, buckle up, Port Charles. The storm is here, and the eye of the hurricane wears a leather jacket and sings like a rock god. Stay tuned to General Hospital as Gio fights for his place, Lulu confronts her demons, and Port Charles gets another reminder that sometimes the deepest wounds come from the ones we call family.